Tonight, Frank Zappa is host to the Not Ready for Primetime Players and Franken and Davis on Saturday night at 11.
May I get you anything, Mrs. Saxon?
No, thank you, Spencer.
Well, I'm home in all my glory. What do you think? New hair, a new face, new nails, an old fur, but a new dress. And I'm famished.
Sounds like you didn't have time for a meal today.
Oh, today was beauty day. I always diet on beauty day. However, now I am starving. Spencer, please go tell Bobby to bring me about a dozen sandwiches. What do you think? Sahara sunset. Oh, has my husband come home? Why is it he's never here whenever I get home from the beauty salon?
Mr. Whitney did return about 3 this afternoon, Mrs. Whitney, but he had to go out again. He said he'd be a bit late.
Well, that figures. Please go tell Bobby to get me some food before I die of starvation.
Bobby isn't home either, but I'll tell Hermione to fix you something. Right?
Where is she?
I'm afraid she's been gone for several hours, Raven. I was rather disturbed by it when Spencer told me.
She told me she was going on an errand for you, Mrs. Whitney, about 1:30, I think.
An errand? I never sent her on an errand.
Would it have anything to do with Mr. Whitney's watch, the one that she broke?
Oh, that's right. I told her to look up the name of the jeweler where Sky bought my watch.
Perhaps she thought you met her to take it there.
The watch is gone, Mrs. Whitney.
Well, great. But what's taking her so long?
Well, it's very clever of you, Bobby. I mean, there must be 100 jewelers in this town. For you to find the exact one, well, it took quite a lot of determination.
It was your wife who asked me to find him, Mr. Whitney. It wasn't my idea.
Well, yes, but you did the job. You took the initiative. You said that she doesn't even know that you're having the watch repaired. Isn't that right?
Well, she'd left the house when I found the right place. But I figured since I broke the watch that I should take it.
Yeah. Of course, now you know that there are 2 watches, don't you? I mean, I'm sure that funny little jeweler must have told you that. He did tell you that, didn't he?
No, he didn't say anything.
Oh, come on now, Bobby. I'm certain that he recognized that the watch he was repairing wasn't the same one that I bought. See, I like this one so much that I decided, well, that I'd start a collection. You know, I do like to collect beautiful things.
This isn't the way home. Where are we going?
It's a shortcut, Bobby. Don't worry. I know just where I'm going.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Spick & Span. Spick & Span, it helps your floor show its true colors. And by Duncan Hines Cakes for desserts with American Dash.
Got a minute? Duncan Hines got a new idea. Holiday desserts with American Dash.
With just 1 pan,
1 Duncan Hines mix,
no more than 4 ingredients,
No more than 35 minutes of your time.
you can make one of these dazzling desserts.
Make my snow mountains with the Lux 2 Devils food. Bake in a cupcake pan, split, fill, top, and kiss. Wasn't that easy?
Make my Christmas tree with Swiss chocolate mix baked in a 2 pan. Filled up mint ice cream balls, let chocolate sauce drip down. Wasn't that easy?
Make my fabulous flambe. Bake a deluxe 2 yellow cake, cool, frost with whipped topping, spoon on hot cherry filling, brandy, and flambe. Wasn't that easy? Delicious.
Ethel, you're terrific.
Duncan Hines, desserts with American Dash. In holiday magazines now. Watch them dash through it.
Howdy! Another new floor?
Hi, Minnie. No, this tile's the color my floor is supposed to be.
Well, looks like dirt's got all scuffed in.
And dulled its true colors.
To show your floor's true colors, clean it with Spick & Span.
I know wax.
Works great. It cleans deep into crevices and lifts out scuffed-in dirt that can dull your floor's true colors.
But is it safe for my floor?
No liquid cleaner's safer.
That's the floor I fell in love with.
Spick & Span helps your floor show its true colors.
Kavanaugh's permission to look at that.
To look at a photograph album? I don't see why.
Because it's private, that's why.
There's nothing private about a photograph album. It was right out on the shelf with all the other books.
Well, how would you like it if she came to your place and just started looking through your family album?
I wouldn't mind.
Or I did.
That I would mind very much.
Do you know, you're like one of those, what do you call them, the lizards that change color all the time?
Chameleon.
Yeah, chameleon. I mean, you're just all sweetness and light when the Kavanaughs are here. And the minute they leave the house...
Mrs. Goodman, would you please get me a nice cup of hot tea?
Fix it yourself.
But you don't want me in your kitchen, remember? You're contradicting yourself. This must be a picture of Dr. Kavanaugh's first wife. She was very attractive. Did you know her?
No.
Of course, he's terribly attractive himself. What a handsome man. I'll bet all the nurses and female patients at the hospital fall madly in love with him.
Now, look, I'm going to tell you this one last time. You just stop nosing around things in here. I'm going to have to speak to Mrs. Kavanaugh.
Oh, I've spoken to Mrs. Kavanaugh. About you.
What about me?
Don't worry. She's very tolerant about your jealousy.
My what?
You've worked for the family a long time. Jealousy is only natural.
Well, I thought you had a corner on jealousy and all that. I mean, that's what you do, is stir up jealousy here. I mean, you go on and on and on about the young actress and Dr. Kavanaugh. You don't waste one single opportunity to say something nasty.
Hi, how is everybody?
Everyone is just fine. Except for Adam. He was a little cranky this evening.
No, he wasn't. He was just making a fuss before bed. He wasn't cranky. You know, he wanted to watch some monster movie on TV.
Well, I'm glad you didn't let him.
No, we don't need any monsters here. Would you like me to start dinner now? Is the doctor going to be home on time tonight?
Yes, I think so.
Mrs. Kavanaugh, I was looking through your photo album. I hope you don't mind.
No, of course not.
Are you all right, Mrs. Kavanaugh?
Yes, sorry, I was just thinking about something.
A business problem?
No, not really. Nora? I met my husband's famous patient this afternoon.
You mean the actress?
Yes, Jinx Avery. She was in a restaurant, and she didn't have any cash, and the restaurant wouldn't take her credit card.
And you just happened to be there?
Oh, no, I was in my husband's office when the phone call came.
I see. She needed a cash transfusion.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, I told Miles that I would go ahead and pay the bill because he wanted to go on to the hospital, and, I mean, I thought that was much more important.
Well, what do you think of her? She's very glamorous, isn't she?
Oh, yes, she is. She's very beautiful, but... You know, she wasn't very pleasant towards me. Sorry, excuse me, I'm gonna go up and change for dinner.
I hope you don't think this is any kind of special pleading, Mike. I know there's no way to avoid your calling Jody to the witness stand.
Miles, I won't be making that decision. I told you I'm not going to be handling this case personally because I'm too close to the people involved. So it will be Tony Hammersmith who'll decide on the witnesses.
But Jody is on that list, isn't she?
I imagine so, and even if Tony doesn't call her for some reason, I imagine the defense will.
I haven't talked to Cliff about this yet.
Miles, Jody is going to help Gavin's case, not hurt it.
I guess what I am worried about is it hurting her.
Well, I have the feeling that Jody is a lot tougher than she looks. Most women are. Yes?
Hey, Mike, Cliff.
Oh, hello, Cliff.
Cliff, we were just talking about you.
What did you want to see me about, Cliff?
Now, look, do you two lawyer types want me to get out of here?
Oh, no. I'm here as a friend, not as an adversary. I have some good news.
Oh, well, that's something I would like to take home with me. What is it?
Gavin's changed his story about the way he killed Gunther Wagner. He's willing to say that he shot him at a distance of 10 feet.
Well, that is good news, Cliff. That means your testimony won't be in contradiction, Miles.
Yeah, that is a relief. That's one thing I was not looking forward to, is getting up in that stand and proving that Gavin was a liar. Sure that Jody would never forgive me, no matter how factual my testimony was.
Sure makes things neat, doesn't it, Mike? Justifiable homicide. We'll be out of court in 3 days.
What made him change his story, Cliff?
I don't know. Common sense, I guess.
You don't look very relieved.
I'm not. This is off the record, of course, Mike, but Gavin Wiley looked me straight in the eye and he said that he shot Gunther Wagner in a struggle. He's willing to take the stand and lie.
Gavin, there are 2 watches.
What did you say?
Sky Whitney does own 2 watches. I've got one of them with me right here.
Hey, what do you got there?
Hey, nothing. It's cool. It's cool.
It's just my bag.
Hey, don't pull anything out. They'll think you're slipping me something.
Well, it doesn't matter anyway, because I don't know which one this is. I dropped it. I broke the crystal, and the music box doesn't work anymore.
But how do you know that they're 2?
Because I spoke to the jeweler who sold Sky the other watch.
Oh, my God, Bobby!
Don't you see? When he realized that you and Jody were trying to set a trap, he just went out and bought another watch, just like the first one. Except the new one played a different tune.
Old Lang Syne.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Listen, I'm going to see this jeweler now. It's a guy named Hoffman. I mean, he's got to have it all on his records, Gavin. That's got to help, doesn't it?
Yeah, if we can prove it, you bet it will. It'll prove this guy's been lying to the cops all the time, and I'll bet it prove that he's more responsible for Gunther's death than I am. Yeah, you're terrific, Bobby. Do you know that? I'll never forget what you've done for me. But, Bobby, please, be careful.
Hey, listen, I'll do anything to get you out of this place. We went through a lot together. You know I love you.
Bobby will soon be there.
Look, we just passed a sign that said Fairfax 10 miles. We're going in the wrong direction. Would you please stop the car?
Really? Well, you know, Bobby, you may just be right. Maybe I just pull over here and we'll figure out where we are.
You're taking Tylenol for that cold? You'll get more help with Dristan AF.
AF? What's that mean?
A is in aspirin, F is in free, aspirin-free. And it relieves twice as many of these cold symptoms as Tylenol.
She's right. Look, Tylenol helps these 6. So does Dristan AF. And then it relieves 6 more. That's 12.
You look a lot better tonight.
Dristan AF did it. A is in aspirin, F is in free.
Dristan AF, aspirin-free, relieves 12 cold symptoms.
There's just one way.
One of a kind.
To describe our specialty.
It's genuine Colonel Sanders.
All you gotta say is original recipe.
Yeah.
America's favorite, bite after bite.
#1.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, we do it right for you.
How would you describe the perfect chicken?
Just one way.
Original recipe.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, we do chicken right.
Seem to have a map in here, Mr. Whitney.
Well, that's all right, Bobby. To be perfectly honest, I do know just where we are.
What?
Well, I wanted to find someplace nice and quiet where we could sit and discuss our situation.
What situation?
Well, Bobby, I love my wife. I love my wife very much, as a matter of fact.
Well, that's nice.
Yes, it is. It's very nice. And, of course, I want to avoid any kind of situation that might upset Raven. I'm sure that you can understand that.
Yeah, sure.
Well, let me see if I can understand. If I can make you understand. See, I hired our first maid. She was a very nice young lady. Her name was Chrissy. But my wife didn't really care for Chrissy very much. She was a bit too feminine, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't.
Well, she flaunted her femininity, and my wife got a little jealous and decided to fire her. And she decided that she would handle hiring domestics from that point on.
And she hired me.
That's right. Because she thought that you were a fine, upstanding girl. She didn't know that you were a thief.
That's a lie.
Is it?
Look, I'm sorry if you feel that way, Mr. Whitney, but honest, I never stole anything from you.
All right, Bobby, just relax. I do know, however, that you were trying to make off with my watch last evening. I pretended not to because I didn't want to cause a scene that would upset Raven. But I will tell you something, Bobby. I don't like the idea of having thieves in my house. I've had quite enough of them already. So, Bobby, that's the reason that I want you to resign.
You brought me all the way out here to tell me that.
Well, I wanted to get as far away from the
Unlock
house.
the door, please.
Relax, Bobby. Well, I said relax. Bobby, now, just relax. As I was saying, I wanted to find someplace nice and quiet. And, oh, yes, I have got something for you here. It's, well, it's severance pay. All you have to do is a little favor for me.
I don't want any money, Mr. Whitney. If you want me to quit, I'll quit. Just let me out of here, please.
You'll be out soon enough, Bobby. Just relax. You see, I don't want you in my house again.
Please.
I want my wife to believe that you've decided to leave the job of your own volition.
Okay, fine.
So what I would like you to do is to write a little note saying that you have found that the job isn't exactly what you wanted and you've decided to leave town.
Leave town? Why?
Because you are leaving town, Bobby. Count those notes that I gave you. Take a look at that.
They're hundreds.
That's right. There are hundreds, and there are 10 of them, which is quite enough traveling money, I think.
I don't want to leave town. Please.
Well, you don't have to. You can stay here. Of course, I can call the police and say that you were trying to steal a very, very expensive watch of mine. And then the only traveling that you would be doing is what they used to call up the river. Now, here is a notepad, Bobby, and there is a pen. Write the note, Bobby.
Would you like more chocolate milk, Mrs. Whitney?
No, thank you, Spencer.
Raven, you'll have no appetite for dinner at all.
But I'm hungry now.
That's the trouble with your generation. You'll never learn to curb your appetites.
Don't you dare tell Skylar how much I ate. He thinks I'm so dainty. Spencer, what time is he getting home?
He didn't give an exact time, Mrs. Whitney. He just said a bit later than usual.
Well, what I want to know is why is he driving? He hardly ever does that.
Well, I suppose he just felt in the mood.
Well, he's a terrible driver. He always has his mind on business or something else. You know what? I think maybe he just wanted me to worry about him.
What I'm worried about is that girl. Where could she be at this hour?
Well, I told you, I think she went to the jeweler to get his watch fixed.
This late? Personally, I don't know any all-night jewelers, do you? Spencer, are you sure she took Mr. Whitney's watch?
Yes, Mrs. Saxon, I'm quite sure. And she just better bring it back.
5 years ago, my only exercise was running around after Davy. Now, Davy's running to keep up with me. Boy, has my life changed for the better.
5 years ago, I read the letters to the editor. Now I write them. That's some change.
And 5 years ago, I used a box of this, a bottle of that, or a sheet of something else to get laundry clean and soft. Today, I use Bold 3 detergent plus fabric softener. It cleans, softens, and controls static cling all in one box. That's a change for the better. Look, Bold 3 is a powerful detergent. Can you tell which socks ran through the mud? I mean, that's clean. But why stop at clean? Bold 3's got a full-strength fabric softener, so my towels come out downright snuggly. And see? No annoying static cling. Fact is, 5 years ago, I never would have believed one box of detergent could clean, soften, and control static. That's quite a change.
A change for the better. Bold 3.
Can anything make you stop using soap?
No way. When you discover the cleaner, feeling obsessed, you're gonna say no to your soap.
Hey, Zest pours on the lather.
It does rinse cleaner.
I'll test deodorant Zest. Soap here, Zest here. Rinse. Oh, soap feels tacky. Zest rinses cleaner. I feel cleaner.
When you discover the cleaner, feeling obsessed, you're gonna say no to your soap. No.
Yeah, this looks fine, Nora. I see some things in here I want to change, but that can wait until tomorrow.
I'd be happy to change it now.
No.
Hi.
Oh, hi, darling. Boy, you've had a day and a half, haven't you?
Even figured out a new way to be late. Stopped by to see Mike about that topic we've been discussing.
But Jody's testifying.
As I thought, there's not much that we or Mike can do about it. Turns out he's not going to even be the prosecutor anymore.
What? Who is?
Oh, some new guy in his office. Mike is too close to the people involved.
So that was a wasted trip.
Well, not really. Cliff Nelson stopped by, told us something very interesting. Gavin's going to change his story. He's going to admit that he did not shoot Gunther in a struggle.
Oh, no.
Now, wait a minute. It's not bad news. I told you what the autopsy showed.
Well, I know, but still, I'd rather believe that... Oh, you know.
Yeah, I do. Well, you haven't told me about your day. I mean, since you left my office, did you complete that rescue mission at the coach house?
Yes, mission accomplished. For a price.
How much?
Would you believe $124?
Ouch. That's what I call a lunch for one.
Oh, no, it's not that simple. It seems that your friend, Miss Avery, sent a bottle of champagne to another table.
Well, yeah, I know. The manager mentioned something about that.
Do you know whose table it was? Mike and Derek's.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
She wanted to thank Derek for being so charitable towards her. Looks like the thanks are on us.
I don't know what I'm going to do with that woman, Nicole.
Why do you have to do anything?
Well, she is my patient.
I know, but does that mean you have to be responsible for everything in her life? Even her restaurant tabs?
Well, now, wait. I'm sure she's going to pay that back.
Well, I know, honey, but it just seems like you're being more her friend than her doctor.
They do everything but roll out the red carpet. So different being rich.
Raven, you spent just as much money in that salon when you were poor.
I know, but they treat you so differently. It's like ordinary people admire rich people. Spencer! Spencer! Quick, get rid of all the stuff. Take it to the kitchen. My husband is home.
Evening, ladies.
Hello, darling. How are you?
Wow, you smell like onions. What's new in the old homestead?
Well, we were just waiting for the Lord and Master. By the way, why were you driving yourself today?
So I wouldn't forget how. How are you this evening, Geraldine?
I'm a bit worried, frankly. Do you know that your maid has vanished?
Bobby? Spencer said that you had sent her on an errand.
Well, I didn't send her. I think she just took it on herself to go have your watch fixed.
Oh, yeah. I bet she did. I bet that she's trying to finish the job that she started last night. She stole my watch.
Skylar, the watch is gone, so she must have taken it.
I bet she took it. And that's what she did. She stole it.
Is sinus driving you crazy with congestion, pressure, mean sinus headache? Want more than aspirin or cold capsules? Take a U-turn to Sinutab, extra strength Sinutab. With the most sinus headache pain reliever per dose without a prescription. 54% more per tablet than standard sinus remedies. Helps relieve congestion and pressure too. Take a turn to relief, a U-turn to extra strength Sinutab, the #1 selling extra strength sinus pain reliever.
Introducing a computer designed to help your child learn. The Children's Discovery System.
They're learning, and they're not even aware that they're learning. We do.
The Children's Discovery System opens a world of discovery for children 6 to 11 in subjects like math, words, music, and art. A world where learning is fun.
He opted to play with it instead of watching TV.
He's having fun learning with it.
The Children's Discovery System, an investment in your child's future. New from Mattel.
possess a powerful force.
No, it possesses me.
What's happening to your face?
Tonight, David Banner falls 12,000 feet to the ground without a parachute.
Skylar, it's not true. She was just upset because she dropped your watch, broke it, so she went to have it fixed.
Yeah, well, of course she went to have it fixed. Wouldn't do her very much good broken, would it?
Now, that's really very unkind.
No, it's very realistic, Geraldine. We took that girl into the house without knowing a thing about her past.
I know it's bothering Skylar. It's that Bobby knew Gavin Wiley.
She knew him well enough to help him evade the law. Did you know that, Geraldine?
Yes, I knew that.
She took this job just to see what she could take us for. I'm sure that we'll never see that lovely old watch again, or Bobby, for that matter.
Excuse me, Miss Whitney.
Yeah, what is it, Spencer?
I just found this.
What is it? It's from Bobby. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Whitney, I'm very sorry, but I don't think this job is right for me.
Yeah, she's quit. I'm not surprised.
But the watch?
She took the watch with her, no doubt. Probably thinks it makes a fine severance pay.
I really didn't think she was that
Wait a minute,
sore.
listen to this. Besides, I have decided to leave town for good.
Chow, chow, chow. Oh, my cat just loves Purina Cat Chow. She jumps in the bowl and gobbles it right up.
Cat owners tell me just how much their cats love the great taste of Cat Chow brand cat food. If you're like Terry Haljan, you'd never give your cat anything but Purina Cat Chow.
She won't eat anything else. In fact, the way she really likes to eat is while I'm doing the cat chow chow.
You?
Right.
Chow, chow, chow. For great nutrition and taste that's better than ever.
Oh, I would depend on Purina Cat Chow over anything.
I just got the kids some Play-Doh. They love it.
That's because they can do so much with it.
You're the Play-Doh boy.
Right. Kids love to squish it and squash it and roll it. But most of all, kids like Play-Doh because they can make anything they imagine.
I remember you.
I remember you, too. Play-Doh! How'd you make all these, Mommy?
Oh, I had a little help.
Tonight, host Frank Zappa takes Connie Conehead on a date when the not-ready for primetime players invade your world on Saturday night at 11. And at 12:30, the Channel 48 Western Week continues on the late movie with Wallace Beery in Wyoming. Now, stay tuned for The Love Boat.
This is Field Communications in Philadelphia.
It's bright, it's beautiful, and it's full of savings. It's Outlet Square for outlet bargains this holiday season. Outlet Square is a unique array of quality discount outlet stores that feature designer labels to that special something for that special someone. All under one roof in a desirably warm and natural atmosphere, you'll find great outlet savings that make your gift dollars go much further. Outlet Square has so much more to give for less. Route 130, Cinnaminster, New Jersey, and on Route 202 and 73, Center Square, PA.
What's the Christmas gift idea that backfired on Larry J.R. Hagman? You'll find out because this week's People tells on everybody.
The most meaningful Christmas present Bob Hope ever got?
Richard Simmons' sweetest present.
The Christmas Loretta Lynn will never forget.
How'd People ever get so many celebrities to bear their Christmas secrets? Plus story after story to keep People's 19 million readers in touch with everyone, everything. So treat yourself.
Treat your family
to this week's People, where you'll find a rare interview with Prince Philip.
An intimate talk with Rod Stewart and his wife.
And the Star's Christmas Confessions.
The Children's Aid Society at 311 South Juniper Street in Philadelphia needs foster homes for boys and girls of all ages. Call 546-2990 for information about becoming a foster parent. The need is urgent. Call the Broadcasters Association.